Hello and welcome back. Wait a minute, this isn't my usual place. That's right, PugGaming put out a request to everybody who plays City Skylines, whether on YouTube or not, to build him a farmhouse. So I stepped up and I said I'll do it. So here I am in the Isle of Wight, building PugGaming a farmhouse. So what's going to happen is everyone's going to build a farmhouse for the Isle of Wight for PugGaming's channel. And what he's going to do is he's going to, throughout the series, put them down one by one. After about 4 hours of going through all his assets and mods and buildings and everything he had to offer, I finally found the stuff that I wanted to use. Now I do go through a few little iterations of this building. Some things I liked, some things I didn't. It's just the joys of the game. You build it, you look at it and go, no, I'll change it. But by the end of it, I do like what I finished with, and by the time this has been uploaded, you would have seen it on Pug's channel. It's absolutely fantastic. I really like the way it turned out, and I really enjoyed this build, working with somebody else's assets and what they've got and what they do. It was just such a fun time. I really enjoyed it, and I look forward to the next time I get to do so. If you don't know who PugGaming is, where have you been? You need to go check his stuff out. The guy is fantastic. He's currently working on a build of the Isle of Wight with a lot of historical correctness and everything going. It's just absolutely fantastic. I can't really put it into words how amazing it is. Go over to his channel, check it out. I will have a link in the description for what he's doing. I recommend you look at it. Also, while you're there, check out his Monaco series. It is absolutely phenomenal. Monaco is a very iconic place. Pug builds it. If that's not enough to say go watch his stuff, I don't know what is. Anyway, back to the build. So as I said, after a very long time of going through all the assets and all the buildings that Pug had to offer, I finally found what I was looking for. So I placed everything I wanted down and started building the area up. Pug never really gave us a specific size of what he wanted us to build in. He said a maximum of around about 8 by 8, which is a large area. I didn't need that sort of size. So we start by placing down a lot of decals on the floor to give it this muddy feeling. It is a farm, it is in use all the time, tractors, trucks, everything driving over it. It's not going to be well groomed, it's not going to look amazingly nice. A lot of farmhouses around here, especially in the UK, which is where the Isle of Wight resides if you didn't know, most farmhouses are overgrown. They're taming their farms, they're taming their flocks, they don't have time to get out there and constantly tidy the area up. One thing that Pug did say is if we're going to use a lot of decals and make the area do what we want it to do, like I have here, we needed to do it on a flat ground. That's how decals work. They don't work so well on a curved area or a hill. So as you can see from the beginning of it, that is exactly what I did. I flattened the area and got it ready to build on. So this path here leading up from the street to the house, I started off by using these decals, but they kept clipping. Unfortunately, that is just the nature of what a decal does. But later on I did find a nice prop that I ended up changing it for, which looked a lot nicer, a lot smoother, didn't disappear all the time. I did go through and reduce the amount of decals I use on the ground, because I did use a lot of them. So at this point I'm trying to find some edging for the pathway. In England especially, you tend to get a lot of edges on the pathway. It tends to be like a little curb or something that separates that from the main driveway. I couldn't at this time find anything I liked to kind of do that, so I ended up putting some overgrown areas and tufts around. I do later on find something that fits absolutely perfectly. Where would any farmhouse be without hay? Hay everywhere. It fits the area, it looks nice. I just couldn't resist. So here you are, you can see that I'm actually toning down the amount of decals used because I put a lot over the top like the hay decals. I didn't actually need anything else. As you can see, I place the hay bales down and then I take them and I place them in this truck. I went through all his props and assets and I found some props that I actually wanted to use for this build. And I did what a lot of big YouTubers do. I've seen it quite a lot. I placed it all to one side so I can grab it all. A lot of it I don't end up using, but most of it I do. So I really like the farmhouse gate, but I didn't want it to be shut, so I just slightly moved it to one side to make it look like it's open. It's a really easy trick. I recommend it to a lot of people. It does look nice and adds to the realism and detail of the area being used. And what UK build wouldn't be complete without a back garden? All UK houses pretty much have a back garden. Unless you live in the big cities, you're going to have a nice garden. So that's what I build here. I put some planters around it, and along with this clothesline and table and chairs. So now just placing some ivy growing up the side of the walls. No reason except I think this looks really nice, adds to the realism of the building as well. A lot of big buildings in England, so like things like manors and stuff like that, tend to have ivy going on. Don't tend to see this a lot in farmhouses, but I like the way it looks and I think it really brings out the building. And what UK build won't be complete without wheelie bins? I've got all three of them. I've got your black bin, I've got your blue bin, and later on I grabbed the green bin, which for people who don't live in the UK don't know, the black bin's for general rubbish, the blue bin's for recyclable goods, and the green bin is for garden waste. And a farm is going to have a lot of garden waste. To place this little log shack down, it's just a little building where logs will be kept. For fire, that type of thing. A lot of farmhouses will have open fires inside, so the farmer's going to cut down the wood, he's going to place it in there. Okay, so now we're moving on to the cones. It's my favourite part of the build. It's a small thing, but I love it. I stack the cones on top of each other, slightly rotate them so they look like they're actually meant to be stacked, and stick them down. So I didn't quite know what to do with this building. I love this building, but I didn't know what to do with it. So I thought I'm going to use it for storage. I found a lot of props throughout there of different extenders for trucks, different extenders and modifications for forklifts, etc. And these cages. So I placed all these in the building. It just makes it look like a little shed. It's not really little, but it is technically a barn shed type thing. So we'll go with that. Okay, so the cinematics coming up. I really hope you enjoyed what you saw. If you did, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on my social medias. I'm active across all of them. Thank you very much for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day and feel free to head over to Pug's channel. I'm sure you're all there already. I'll see you soon.